The European crisis is initially termed because it's a world war. Initially, it's kind of obviously happening in continental Europe. It throws the game into chaos. There's no other way to describe it.
There would be recruitment drives, there would be people speaking at half-time during matches. Because the Great War, it was very hungry for men to fight.
So the war effort wasn't just about what was happening on the front line and on the battlefields, it was about what was happening at home. There were tens of thousands of soldiers being returned with injuries, and the effort back home was really, really important.
So there's a process that has to be done to get society back almost to the way it was before, and that's the kind of the thrust, I suppose, of the authorities at that particular time. So as you go into 1919, really 1919-1920 season, you're starting to see the league structure come back in again. You're starting to see certainly the Scottish Cup instituted again and international starting to happen. So there's a period of I would probably say 6-7 months from the official end of the war before you start to kind of you see the authorities trying to get back to a semblance of normality. Very difficult under the circumstances because of obviously the trauma of the previous kind of 4 or 5 years of conflict.
Football during the Second World War initially was banned. There was a kind of piece of legislation that was brought in to say that all mass entertainment had to be suspended for the duration of the war. However, it very quickly became apparent that people needed entertainment, they needed things to boost their morale, and so that piece of legislation was kind of abandoned and the restrictions were eased.
A decision was taken to change the setup of the league such that there would be a Southern League and a North Eastern League.
And obviously Rangers play in the Southern League because that is mainly Central Belt area, and Rangers are very successful when it comes to playing in the Southern League, claiming all the titles that they claim. But what's interesting is that when you look at the North Eastern trophy, you'll see Aberdeen being a regular name on it, but you also see Rangers Football Club.
So Rangers absolutely dominated Second World War football. There was 7 league titles. There was the Western League in the first season, which then became the Southern League for the other 6 seasons. Rangers won all 7 of them. There was numerous cup competitions, so the Glasgow Cup continued, the Charity Cup continued. Then there was things like the Southern League Cup, the Summer Cup, the Emergency War Cup. There was all these different competitions. Rangers won the vast majority of them. In fact, there was 34 different competitions that the Rangers first team competed in competitively during the war. And of those 34, Rangers won 25 of them.
I think we always have to remember, we always have to be thankful for those in the 2 wars that gave everything, and for those that sacrificed their time, their families, and had to endure it. My thanks is always to them.